Good morning, students. Let's start our chapter number 3. We are reading our topic, factors affecting pressure. So, students, what are the factors which are affecting the pressure? There are two factors. First of all, on the area of the surface on which the thrust acts, and second, on the magnitude of the thrust acting on the surface. So, first of all, we will study about the dependence of pressure on the area of surface. Students, when you stand on sand, a thrust equal to your weight acts on a smaller area, right? And so exerts more pressure on the sand and you sink more. But students, when you lie on the sand, the same thrust acts on the larger area, okay, and you exerts less pressure, right? And hence what happened? You sink less. Similarly, when you hammer a nail with the flattened end on the wooden block, the thrust exert uh, on a larger area, so the less pressure acts on the nail, hence it does not go into the block. But when you hammer the nail with the sharp end, the same thrust acts on a smaller area, so more pressure is acts on the nail and it goes into the block very easily. Students, here one figure is there, 3.15. You just see the figure, okay. This figure, lesser the area of the surface, more is the pressure, okay. This one. Now just have a look on what I want to say. That this figure A shows a block of small mass 10 kg, okay, and its dimension is 40 into 20 into 10 centimeter. It's lying on a tabletop. On its side, 40 centimeter into 20 centimeter. The thrust exerted by the block on the tabletop is equal to the weight of the block. That is how much? 10 kgf. This thrust acts on the area A1. Okay, what? 40 centimeter into 20 centimeter. That means 800 centimeter square. So the pressure on the tabletop is P1, let it be P1 equals to 10 kgf by 800 centimeter square. That means when you solve it, the answer will be coming 0.0125 kgf per centimeter square. Now, if the block is turned so that it lies on its side 20 centimeter into 10 centimeter like this, okay. Have you seen the area? Okay. The thrust exerted by the block on the tabletop is same, equal to 10 kgf. But now this acts on an area of how much area? Let it be A2. 20 centimeter into 10 centimeter. That means how much? 200 centimeter square. Okay, the pressure on the pressure P2, that, okay, let it be P2 on the tabletop is now what? Equals to 10 kgf divided by 100 centimeter 200 centimeter square. That means 0.05 kgf per centimeter square. Okay, that means the pressure exerted by a body depends upon what? The surface area, okay, on which the thrust of the body acts. Smaller the surface area, more is the pressure exerted by the thrust, and larger the surface area, less the pressure exerted by the same thrust. And students, now we will study about the dependence of pressure on thrust. Students, here is one figure, 3.17. I'll show you. A thin boy standing on the bed, that means less pressure, and a fat boy standing on a bed with more pressure, okay. Now listen what we are seeing. In figure 3.17, students, a thin boy is standing on the bricks capped on the bed, right? Okay, he exerts some pressure due to his weight. But in figure 3.17b, a fat boy is standing on the same bricks capped on the bed. In this case, students, the pressure exerted by a fat boy is more due to his excess weight, right? Thus greater the thrust of a surface, more is the pressure on it, while the smaller the thrust on the same surface, less is the pressure. Okay, now let's see some examples, students, of pressure in our daily life. First of all, we will see the decrease in area increases the pressure. Okay, students, a nail or a broad pin has one end pointed and sharp, while the other end is blunt and flat. Right? On applying force, the pointed end will exert greater pressure as the area of contact is small, and hence it will go deep into that surface. Right? Now, second is cutting tools. The cutting tools like a blade, knife, they are having very sharp edges. The sharp edge, students, have very small area of contact. So the pressure applied will be by a force is more. Right? Now, the pointed heels of a footwear, right, exerts more pressure on the ground than the regular flat heel. That is why a lady with a pointed heel sandals finds it very difficult to walk on a muddy road than on a tarred road. Now, students, the narrow-heeled sandals of a girl hurts more than the broad-heeled shoe of a boy. Why this? This is because more pressure is exerted by the girl than that exerted by the boy, as her heels are more narrow than the heels of a shoe of a boy. Now, next is increase in area decreases the pressure. Students, heavy trucks have 6 to 8 tires. Have you seen? Right? More number of tires are used to increase the area of contact and thereby to reduce the pressure on the ground, because they are taking the heavy loads in them. A camel can move from more conveniently, students, on sand as compared to a horse, right? What is the reason? Reason is that camel has a border feet. Have you seen it? Then that of what? Horse. The border feet of the camel provide lesser pressure on the sand, and it becomes easier for camel to walk. But the area of the area of the feet of horse is less, due to which what happens, the pressure is more, and then the feet shows a tendency to sink inside the sand and making it very difficult to walk. Right? Same wise, skiers are also there. They use long flat skis to slide over the snow. Right? The larger the area of the contact, the lesser it will be the pressure on the snow. This helps the skier to slide comfortably without sinking in the snow. Same way, army tanks, have you seen them? They are usually very heavy and they exert large pressure on the ground. Okay, where if they will move, they move on the wheels. Hence, they are made to move over a broad steel tracks. Have you seen? They are called caterpillar wheels of the tanks. These tracks, students, used to increase the surface area. By this, the pressure reduces on the ground and they avoid sinking in the ground. Next is the foundation of building, students. Students, the foundation of building are kept wide. Why? So that the weight of the building may act on a larger area. Okay. As a result, it will exert less pressure on the ground, and this will avoid what? Sinking of the buildings into the earth. A potter wears turban on his head when he has to carry heavy loads. Have you seen? This helps what? The increasing the area of the contact of load and head so as to reduce the pressure of the load on his head. Same ways, have you seen your school bags, right? And shopping bags, they are having the broad strips or belts. Why? So that the area of the contact increases and the pressure on the hand or shoulder is reduced. Students, wide wooden sleepers are placed below the railway tracks like this to reduce to the pressure, so that the pressure exerted by the rails on the ground reduces. Okay. Now, students, let's see the difference between the thrust and the pressure. Students, thrust is a sum total of force acting perpendicular to a surface. while the pressure is the thrust acting per unit area. Thrust is independent of the area over which the force is applied, while pressure depends on the area on which the force acts. The SI unit of thrust is Newton, while the SI unit of this pressure is Pascal. Okay, students, for up till here. Now we will continue in the next video. Thank you.